This is Face the Facts with NBC Connecticut.
Hey everybody, Kevin Nathan here, hosting Face the Facts with NBC Connecticut this week, our YouTube edition with Christine Stuart from CT News Junkie, the editor of CT News Junkie. Story broke this week about a possible deal being proposed, being talked about with Connecticut's tribes and the governor about sort of getting the tribes away from the casino in East Windsor and maybe doing something in Hartford in the way of sports gaming and revamping the XL. And you spoiled this, spoiler alert, call it all just a rumor.
It is, it's just a rumor. So there was never any sort of formal offer made to the tribes to stop building or stop, thinking about East Windsor and get to, Hartford and take over the XL Center. And
but what about just
that.
as a discussion, Christina, floating the idea of doing something in Hartford? Look, the Connecticut tribes, they have cash, they have money. To sort of take over the XL and then get the gaming there. Could this make sense?
I mean, I think that there is a possibility. They've always talked about, other gaming opportunities, some sort of like satellite location, not necessarily a full-blown casino, but somewhere where you might be able to do sports betting, something like that. So something like a Bobby V's, but only in Hartford. But I don't know if the lawmakers who are doing this want to give the tribes exclusivity over sports betting. And so that's probably not going to go well with Sports Tech is not happy about that and has all but threatened to sue over that issue.
The other thing that this brings to light, again, is just the need, I think most would agree, to do something with the XL. True. Whether it's a revamp or a rebuild completely, the question is where is the money coming from? We have Governor Lamont talking about a debt diet that doesn't include bonding, in big numbers going forward. How does this get done?
Right. Even Governor Malloy was unable to get the lawmakers to approve $250 million for revamping the XL Center, to bring in more investment and to possibly redo some of the boxes there. I don't know how they get it done if there isn't some more public investment in it.
All right, the other big story we've been talking about this week, and we'll talk about in Face the Facts with NBC Connecticut Sunday morning at 10 a.m., the two mass shootings, the most recent ones in Dayton, Ohio, and El Paso, Texas, hours apart. Again, bringing up the issue of gun control and trying to get some bipartisan support in Washington. Even the president tweeted this week about lawmakers maybe coming together. Where does this stand? Because it's different, maybe the sentiment and the laws in Connecticut versus getting this on the books at the federal level.
Definitely different. I think that a lot rides on President Trump and what President Trump says and what he decides, and whether background checks is something that might be able to pass both chambers of Congress.
How hard is the NRA fighting all this?
I mean, they are fighting it, but the NRA as an organization right now is a little undermanned. They've had a lot of people leave who were very well known in the organization, and it's been the fundraising has been a little bit more difficult for them lately. So they're kind of hobbled at this time. So it's an interesting confluence of events here.
And you talk about confluence of events, we're talking about hours apart.
Yes.
Could this maybe finally be the tipping point where legislators come together, the U.S. Senate says, yeah, all right, we're going to do this?
I think us in Connecticut thought Newtown was the tipping point. And then there was the Pulse nightclub in Florida. We thought that was the tipping point. And then we had Las Vegas, and we thought that was the tipping point. None of these things have been the tipping point so far. So I don't know where that tipping point is.
We'll break this down in greater detail Sunday morning, 10 a.m. on Face the Facts with NBC Connecticut. Christine Stuart, editor, CT News Junkie. We appreciate the time.
Thank you.
We'll see you Sunday morning at 10.